find a gap and is drilled by Damian Covington, number 57. Here are the men in white, the Dolphins, who are 3-2 after winning their first 3. Craig Erickson subbing for Dan Marino. He'll be protected by a tough left side, Richmond Webb and Keith Sims. Tim Ruddy had trouble in exchanges last week, 4 fumbles with his quarterback, Brian Brown, on the right side. In the backfield, Kareem Abdul-Jabbar, Stanley Pritchett, 2 rookies, Randall Hill and O.J. McDuffie outside. Troy Drayton, newly acquired from the Rams, 265-pound tight end. That Johnson is very high on. Miami starts from the 22. Jabbar, nothing much, maybe a yard. Ted Washington and Phil Hansen. The muscle inside along with Bruce Smith to make the stop. Here are the Bills. Hansen, Washington, and Smith. You don't see the 3-4 defense much anymore, but they play it very well here in Western New York. Pops, Spielman, Maddox, and rookie Gabe Northern are the backers. Burroughs and Smith, the very talented corners. Matt Stevens starts today, the rookie from Appalachian State for Henry Jones. Broke his leg. Kurt Schultz, the other safety. 2nd and 9. Drayton finally settling on the side, and then is the recipient of the Erickson throw, and a first down out to the 35-yard line. Well, you could see the indecision there, Phil Simms, with Drayton not knowing quite whether to stay in motion or to line up.
Indecisive. In fact, Craig Erickson told us yesterday that sometimes they're going to break the huddle. He's going to have to tell Troy Drayton what route to run.
To the 35-yard line on a gain of a dozen. Here is Drayton lining up on the right side. He played his football at Penn State. Didn't earn a scholarship till he was a senior there. Jabbar twisting out to the 39, a gain of 4. Bruce Smith down at the bottom of the pile again. Marino, we saw him warm up before the game. You could just feel the adrenaline flowing, the Sunday morning adrenaline. And he was moving rather nimbly, I thought.
Moving well and hoping to come back in 2 weeks to play against the Dallas Cowboys. And really a good recovery. But Fred Barnett, the wide receiver, who we thought was going to be out for the year, was out there throwing with him, could be back next week.
Well, the former Eagle, so that would boost the passing game for the Dolphins. On 2nd and 6, Jabbar out in the backfield, and Bruce Smith again as he started at that highest of levels, the all-pro defensive end. A 4-yard loss.
Well, the one thing that Jimmy Johnson did to his team last week, and we asked him, did you chew them out? Did you get in their face? He says, you know, my rookies, and you said they're going to start with 6 rookies in this ballgame. My rookies are doing very well. The young players, they're enthusiastic. The problem is my veterans. These guys have to step up. I have to have some of these guys step up and take the leadership role, which he's not had in the last couple of games.
Bruce Smith now in a passing situation, looking for one more sack to break the 2nd place all-time tie with Lawrence Taylor. He has 6 sacks this year. 3rd and 10 for Erickson. Over the middle and caught by Randall Hill, and I believe he has a first down as he reaches across the 45. Thomas Smith made the tackle. Good throw by Erickson.
Excellent job by Craig Erickson. Seeing that it was a blitz by the Buffalo Bills, he knows he has man coverage outside. Randall Hill, they try to create a traffic jam for him. Good job of coming underneath. Smart play, easy throw for Craig Erickson. Get your quarterback off to a good start.
What I said before, when you're sending 5 and 6, that means you must play man on the corners, and they have that much confidence in their corners. That time the Miami Dolphins beat them.
Erickson 2 for 2. Hill with his 3rd catch of the year and the first down. Now deep goes Erickson, but O.J. McDuffie had turned to come back toward the quarterback. Erickson saying, my fault. He gets the call from the sidelines through the helmet speakers. Then he has to think about it and kind of assimilate the new code before he can give it to his teammates.
Yeah, and then just to compound matters, then he has the responsibility, like we said earlier, to tell the tight end Troy Drayton, hey, look, Troy, on this play, run down 10 yards and turn towards me.
Because I don't have any idea what I'm doing.
That's right.
Both Erickson and Drayton with the armbands for their plays. Drayton lined up on the left side, 2nd down and 10. And a throw on the flat for Jabbar, who had fallen down. Mark Maddox on the coverage. Here's Gary Stevens calling in the play to the sidelines.
Kippy Brown The running back coach now takes it and talks on the walkie-talkie to Craig Erickson, tells him to play.
But see, that doesn't take a whole lot of time, Dick.
Yes.
The problem is when Erickson gets it, because he's new, he has to say, well, all right, here's the play. Now, what do I do with all of these guys? And then I have to put, last week, how many times they were called? They had to take time out.
Yeah, he said a lot of times. Didn't quite know what was going on, but this week, a lot better, understands more, got another week of practice, so we should see a better performance because of that.
And the other thing here at this point, we're 3rd and long. Jimmy Johnson said, we're not going to make mistakes. If we, like you said before, if we have to punt, that's not a bad thing.
Out of the shotgun, 3rd and 10. McDuffie in motion. Erickson, the first sack of the game goes to Jim Jeffcoat, the veteran former Cowboy.
Paul, you talked about the Buffalo Bills. They like to rush. They're not worried about the coverage from behind. This time they send 2 to the weak side, a linebacker and a defensive back. Miami actually does a pretty good job of picking it up. It's the inside lineman, Jim Jeffcoat, just beats Gray, gets the sack.
John Kidd on to punt. He's averaging over 46 yards a kick. Jeff Burris, former Notre Dame star, at the 20 for Buffalo. End over end. Burris says stay away. And it'll kick out of bounds at the 17, the 18-yard line. The Bills will play it from there when we return.
We have a wonderful 75 La Couille Cabernet, or an exquisite 58 Le Boussemillon, or a 62 Je vous Pinot if you're in the mood for...
No. Enough of that old stuff. The lady and I would prefer something fresh. How about something in a lager? What do you got in a Budweiser from, say, early this month?
Budweiser. Guaranteed fresh with born-on dates.
Green Acres is the place to be. Farm living is the life for me.
I just adore a penthouse view. Darling, I love you, but give me Park Avenue.
The chores.
The stores.
Fresh air.
House crab.
Ford Explorer. It's at home anywhere.
Subway bakes my bread up fresh, and that's my way. My way.
It's back.
The fall in Western New York. Jim Kelly's first play. Intercepted by Zach Thomas. And the young linebacker from Texas Tech continues his brilliant play. So Kelly, who started very slowly, first 3 games, 8 interceptions. His first throw today is picked off.
Dick, they're trying to get the quarterback off to a good start, get his confidence back, but Zach Thomas, what a job of seeing the eyes of the quarterback. Kelly is too slow in delivering the ball. He goes over and intercepts it.
Watch Zach Thomas's head. He's right there, number 54. Watch what he does. He sees Kelly. Now he turns right. He runs right in front of the tight end. Lonnie Johnson intercepted. What a beautiful play.
Jimmy Johnson says this guy has football instincts, and Jim Kelly needed a good start, and wow, this crowd is going to turn against him.
Zach Thomas, his first NFL interception, hugging the football. First down at the 15. Erickson to Jabbar. Jabbar loses 2. Matt Stevens, the rookie safety, up to make the hit. And a flag is down.
You know, this is a classic example, this play here, of what Spielman was telling us about. Everybody has to hit a gap. Spielman doesn't make the tackle on this last play, and this is going to go against Buffalo at face mask. He doesn't make the play, but what he did do was force the back to the outside, and then Stevens makes the play. You don't have to make the tackle, but you got to make it possible.
Number 23 on the defense. That's a 5-yard penalty. Still first down.
You have to make it possible for someone else to make the play.
So the penalty against Stevens as he made the tackle of Jabbar. He reached out and grabbed some face masks.
You see Spielman on the inside, and then you see Stevens right there. He makes the play, grabs a face mask.
It'll be first down and about 7 after the penalty. Make it 6. So now coming into today, +8. Miami is a +9, leading the league. And turnover ratio of Buffalo, surprisingly, -5 now. Jabbar, is he leveled by Spielman, who stuffed him cold with that tackle.
Well, we talked to Spielman, he said, everybody has a gap responsibility. Well, obviously, this is his gap. Watch this, folks. Number 54. That's my gap. You're in my gap. Now you're out of my gap.
Oh,
that hurt.
No gain for Jabbar. Ball still at the 7-yard line. Jabbar's carried 5 times for a -1 in this opening quarter. That'll be against Miami. The false start against Richmond Webb. And it is plenty noisy on the field here in Buffalo.
Ball start. Number 78 on the offense, moving prior to the snap. That's a 5-yard penalty. Still second down.
Well, Phil, you almost feel down here unable to run. They're going to have to go to a pass as you see Webb charge before the snap.
Well, Dick, Jimmy Johnson said before the game they must be patient running the football, and I believe that, and run it straight at this defense. You cannot go outside. Like Paul said, they hit the gaps, they're fast, they can run to the ball, run straight ahead, and then every once in a while fool them with a play-action pass.
You see for the second time the wind down on the floor of the stadium blowing the ball away. Gives you an idea how tough it'll be to throw the ball toward the sidelines. On 2nd and 12. Underneath. And the tight end Drayton is hammered by Maddox and Stevens.
Maddox held him up and Stevens just drilled him. That's one of the things when you catch the ball as a receiver, when you get tackled, you'd like to get down right away. Well, Maddox didn't allow this. Watch here. Maddox makes the tackle. Watch on the right-hand side of the screen. Wham! Hello. That hurts, you know that?
Well, Troy Drayton, first start, 1 week of practice, and he's already part of the game plan. They're moving around, trying to make it easy for him to get out on his patterns, and it's worked so far.
Gain of only 2 on that pass, so it's 3rd and 10. Jarris Mateo in the backfield, and Erickson calls time. 8.5 remaining in the opening quarter. Miami threatening to take the early lead.
It's one of the most comfortable cars I've ever driven.
People love talking about Ford Taurus.
It's fun to drive. It really is.
With Taurus, you fit in no matter what size you are.
I'm big.
I'm surprised by how much room there is inside it.
Everybody in my family's big.
Just turn the wheel a fraction of an inch. The car responds.
There's a lot more room.
It's designed so I don't have to search for anything. The seats feel like they wrap around you.
It's a state-of-the-art car. Ford Taurus, the best-selling car in America, starting at $18,545.
This car is a pleasure to drive.
I have fun.
You're about to be sued by 26 people. Allstate defends over 50,000 people every year. Who's your insurance company? Being in good hands is the only place to be.
Just of strength, but of the power.
From the 15. McDuffie was moving forward at the snap. Erickson gets it away, incomplete. Intended for Scott Miller. Flag down. It appeared McDuffie had taken 1 step before the snap.
You know what is really interesting about this football team, talking to Jimmy Johnson yesterday, and then you're talking to Erickson too. Phil, when you ask him, we ask him what about a go-to guy. Marino was his go-to guy.
Illegal
was OJ
motion.
McDuffie.
Number 81 on the offense, moving forward before the snap.
That's the guy we're just talking about.
Penalty is declined, 4th down.
That was Marino's go-to guy, but when you talk to him here, they have no go-to guy, and it's amazing to me.
Well, it's hard to be a successful offense unless you can build things around one certain player, so that's why they've struggled the last couple of weeks.
Into the wind, Joe Nedney, not easy at all, 33-yarder. It is no good. It sailed wide to the right. Unless you hit it purely into that wind, just like a golf ball, is going to accentuate the hook or the slice. No score. You're watching the NFL on NBC.
Bullwinkle, we passed by here an hour ago.
Where's here? I thought we were there.
Bullwinkle.
Oh, don't
Okay,
worry, Rob.
that's enough TV for today.
Dad!
Let's go for a ride.
Yeah, come on, we're out of here.
Dad, where are we going?
This better be good.
We gotta go to the bathroom.
Oh, honey. See that? See?
That's cool.
When we gotta be there?
Hey, stop, wait!
Dad, can we take him home?
Ford Explorer, because the world's too big to be left unexplored.
We're there.
If you're looking for a real challenge, this is it. If you're looking for a sure thing, take the High Endurance Challenge from Old Spice. This deodorant evaporates less quickly, it also lasts longer, protects better. So try High Endurance. It's a sure thing. And now you got proof. I know I do.
Why won't they let Ross debate? Is it because after the '92 election, 40% said that if they'd voted their conscience, they'd have voted for Ross, and he would have won? In 1996, vote your conscience. Vote for Perot.
On Saturdays, your customers can receive 2-day packages from FedEx. Cost? An extra $10.
On Saturdays, your customers can receive 2 to 3 day priority mail packages from the U.S. Postal Service. Cost? $3. And there's no extra charge.
On Saturdays, your customers cannot receive 2-day packages from UPS. Sorry.
So, what's your priority? Priority mail from the U.S. Postal Service.
Rookie Joe Nedney learning about the Buffalo Winds.
Well, first of all, he's never kicked here. And if you're kicking this way, you have to kick to the left goalpost. Watch where Nedney puts the ball in the middle. It doesn't work there. Right here, you've got to hit to that goalpost and let the wind bring it back. He's never kicked here, so don't really blame him.
So Zach Thomas's interception for naught. Kelly takes over at the 24. Thurman Thomas, his first strike. And he produces a first down across the 35. They're going to spot it out at the 34. Sean Wooden, one of the rookie starters, pushed him out of bounds.
The Buffalo Bills, this is what they have done the last couple weeks. A good job with the running game. Good kick out by Tim Tyndall and Lewis Oliver, and look at how they've sealed it inside. Big hole for Thurman Thomas.
Thurman Thomas, who is closing in on O.J. Simpson's all-time rushing record in Buffalo, and against Miami, he has particularly been effective, averaging almost 100 a game rushing. Kelly, lots of time, and cannot find his man. Andre Reed, Lewis Oliver covering. Let's introduce these Buffalo Bills, familiar names. Fina, Brown, Kent Hull, who has been so solid in the center of that line for many years. Ostrowski and Glenn Parker. The backfield of Thurman Thomas with 2 tight ends, Klein on one side. The wide receivers, Andre Reed and Quinn Early, acquired from New Orleans as a free agent. Lonnie Johnson has 17 catches, the other tight end. Thomas. Doesn't have great speed, but what a wonderful runner. Using his blocks, finding daylight, has another first down across the 44. Zach Thomas made the tackle. It's Armstrong, Gardner, the rookie. Tim Bowens, young tackle. Shane Burton, another rookie. With Hollier, Zach Thomas, who was on his way to being the NFL Defensive Rookie of the Year. Chris Singleton, Buckley and Jackson at the corners. Lewis Oliver and Sean Wooden, who played at Notre Dame. Yet another rookie at safety.
I loved it yesterday. We were talking to Thurman Thomas, and you said to me, you know, you got a chance of breaking Simpson's record. I said, yeah. You said, well, you know, all you got to do is a 65-yard run. He looked at you and he said, did you see that 69-yard pass reception last week? I took myself out of the game for half a quarter.
He starts today with 307 yards rushing, 10 less than his Miami counterpart, Kareem Jabbar, who has 317 at the start. Thomas 2 runs, 20 yards here in the first quarter. Gets it again. And stacked up by the interior defense led by veteran Trace Armstrong.
Well, that's what you have to do if you're the Miami defense. Stop this running game. And Paul, it's kind of funny to say, or maybe different to say, but you've got to make Jim Kelly throw the ball and beat you today, because this guy's confidence has got to be as low right now as it's been in his whole career.
I know he's 2 touchdowns and 8 interceptions coming into the game. His first pass is intercepted. His second pass is thrown away.
A lot of fans here want Todd Collins to play, so Kelly heard some boos on that last misfire. He hits this time, but Andre Reed gains only about 4. Thomas there to make the tackle. Thomas had 13 tackles a week ago, forced fumbles. I mean, he has become an incredible force defensively.
Dick, you're talking about, defensive rookie of the year, and right now I would vote him. And honestly, I think he's the defensive player of the year in the NFL. Maybe Bruce Smith, and they're the only 2 I can think of. He has just been spectacular so far this year.
Look at those tackles by game. Leading Miami in every game. He has his first interception. He has a sack, 2 forced fumbles, 54 solo tackles. Flag down off the hands of Thurman Thomas, incomplete. Trace Armstrong again was applying pressure on Kelly. Let's check the flag. Or it was Armstrong who got an early start.
The thing about what Jimmy Johnson told us about his team, they're a young team. And believe me, folks, he is not building for the future. He believes this team is what he is this year, and they can win with him. But the thing about it is you have to pay attention. You cannot, and this is a veteran.
On the defense, the left defensive tackle jumped in the neutral zone. That's a 5-yard penalty, still 3rd down.
3rd and 1.
These are veteran players that are making mistakes, and he said, this is something I will not tolerate. You see Trace Armstrong getting off. He's a veteran. He said, our veterans have to step up. The rookies are playing extremely well.
3rd, and it's about 1.5 yards. Kelly with the backfield vacant. Has it knocked away, and it's recovered by home. Miami, they have it, they do. Trace Armstrong makes amends. Tim Bowens was there to knock it away. Armstrong fell on it after Bowens apparently stripped it away.
Did you say before the play, a couple plays ago, Jim Kelly's moving around too much?
Well, I thought he looked a little nervous in the pocket because of the first interception. Tim Bowens, that is a good job of reaching out as you go by and slapping that ball out. But 3rd and 1.5, I'm shocked that they're trying to throw the football in that situation. I thought for sure they would run it, try to pick up the first down, because they've had a couple successful runs.
The first 2 times Thurman Thomas carries the ball, they're 10 yards apiece.
And Kelly in 4 pass attempts, 2 incompletions, a fumble, and an interception. So from the 44, Miami gets another chance into the wind. Kareem Jabbar rattled by Big Ted Washington and Matt Stevens.
Well, Phil, when I see a safety, Matt Stevens, 23, standing up on a line of scrimmage, knowing that they're going to send 5, and I'm talking about 5, that's defensive linemen and linebackers, and now you got a safety that's up that close. You've got to throw the ball.
Well, Paul, here you see Matt Stevens up top. Look at the people that got near the line of scrimmage, but the thing is, this is different. So what? You still can't get back there and throw the football sometimes. So you got to take your medicine and run it up in there.
2nd down and 11. Erickson throws it incomplete. Could not find an open man. Stanley Pritchett had made the swing move to the far sidelines.
Right there on that play is a good example of what you have experienced. Craig Erickson, the pressure so far, knowing it's a good pass rush, he dropped back and his feet were everywhere because he knew that time clock. I better get rid of this before Bruce Smith hits me. Watch Craig Erickson on the play. He goes, oh, he's not open. I better get rid of it. Oh, and he just throws off balance, falling backwards. Not the way to draw it up.
See, the thing about it is, Phil, he has no time to find a second guy. He's got either a primary target's open or he's got to throw it away or eat the ball.
Erickson on 3rd and long steps up, finds his man over the middle, complete. O.J. McDuffie and a first down at the 28. Thomas Smith made the tackle.
What a difference it is when you have time to throw the ball. We say this week after week after week. Bruce Smith is putting some heat. He gets around Webb, he hits some heat, but then watch this. O.J. McDuffie has enough time to clear across the middle. In front of the linebackers. The linebackers miss the tackle. He makes the play.
And a big one for the Dolphins on 3rd and 11 is McDuffie, who leads Miami with 20 catches coming in, has his first today. Abdul-Jabbar inside the 25-yard line. Time for an update. We go to New York.
Well, at Jacksonville, take a look at what the New York Jets have done as they search for their first victory of the season. Frank Reich to Adrian Morrell from the near side, cuts back 14 yards, touchdown. The Jets with a 7-3 lead on the Jaguars in the first.
Frank Reich for Neil O'Donnell. O'Donnell injured. The former Buffalo Bills back up to Kelly, who performed some dramatic work here in Western New York. Gets the touchdown for the Jets. Bruce Smith. The offensive line is pointing at Richmond Webb, saying he drew me off.
Bruce can point all you want, but if they call it against the defense, the reason they will stop the play is because Bruce Smith, I love this, runs unimpeded to the quarterback.
You used to run unimpeded, didn't you?
In the bathroom.
Encroachment, number 78 on the defense. That's a 5-yard penalty.
See, Bruce, three times in the first half. Last week he was offside. Now, Bruce Smith, once you're offside, try to point to someone else. Richmond Webb's in front of him. Richmond never moves. Once he touches Richmond Webb, the play is dead because he's on defense. Now he runs down and he can't, they don't allow him to hit the quarterback.
Bruce Smith against Richmond Webb. It's been quite a battle through the years, and you can see Webb has been much more effective in holding Smith away from the quarterback. But part of that is Dan Marino as well, is it not, Phil?
Well, that's right. When you got Dan Marino back in as a quarterback getting rid, and he's probably avoided 10 or 20 sacks that Bruce Smith would have had against any other quarterback.
So on the penalty, Erickson and Miami looking at 2nd down and 2. Smith again leading the Bills in sacks with 6 this year and 2 forced fumbles. Abdul-Jabbar hit at the line of scrimmage by Ted Washington. Now here's a man, Washington, that we heard praised not only from the Bills, his teammates, but from Miami coach Jimmy Johnson. Washington has had a great start.
Ted Washington inside over the center does a wonderful job of protecting the linebackers Chris Philman, but also he's big and he's fast, able to penetrate and make plays behind the line of scrimmage.
Hey, they had a double team on him and he broke the double team to make the tackle.
3rd down and 2. The whole house is coming this time. Abdul-Jabbar loses a couple more. He's carried the ball 9 times in this first half and has not gained a yard. In fact, if that's a 3-yard loss, he's -1 on 9 carries.
Dick, you cannot run the ball outside when the Buffalo defense has 8 defenders at the line of scrimmage.
Now Joe Nedney comes on the field goal unit, but looks like someone with a cramp. It's Sims, Keith Sims, the left guard, the 3-time Pro Bowler.
I'm very interested to see how Mr. Nedney now handles this. You got to look at the flags, and you got to understand that he's got to kick that ball. He is a left-footed kicker, and he's got to kick the ball to the facing that field goal to the left upright and let the ball come in.
And it's going to be 41 yards, a tougher chance than the 33-yarder that he missed to the right.
Well, if you're going to kick a field goal in this stadium and you want to kick it straight, you've got to drill it. What that means, now you've got Bruce Smith and company, all these big guys up in the middle, all they can do is raise their hands.
That's why they blocked 4 kicks this year.
That's right. But he's a veteran now, Paul. He's kicked one. He's got it figured out. So he's gonna adapt right here.
John
He better adapt.
It's 42 yards officially. Oh, a fake, and it's Kidd up the middle, but he doesn't make it. Tackled at the 21 by Washington. So Jimmy Johnson, little chicanery, but fails in Buffalo.
McDonald's introduces the Crispy Chicken Deluxe. Fresh toppings and whole breast filet from a more sophisticated kind of chicken. It's McDonald's with a grown-up taste.
The no annual fee Ford Citibank card is one card.
You should definitely get your hands on.
Because when you use it, you get 5% back.
And Ford rebates that save you money.
On all-new Ford cars and tough Ford trucks. Even Lincolns and Mercurys.
Which is money that comes in handy for other things.
Call 1-800-374-7777 for the Ford Citibank card. It's just too good to pass up.
Murphy Brown's Faith Ford has evidence aliens exist.
Oh, my God.
She can prove it if they let her live to tell. Night Visitors, NBC tonight.
Next Saturday at 2:30 Eastern, Ron Paulus leads the Fighting Irish of Notre Dame against the high-flying Falcons of Air Force. Notre Dame football is home on NBC.
I think it was a good call by the Miami Dolphins to have the fake field goal on. 42 yards into the wind, tough situation. I believe they would have probably missed a field goal anyway. But watch this. We saw this one slide. Mark Maddox, number 55, is blocked, sticks his leg out. Look at the official. That is tripping.
But no call.
That is a penalty, and it wasn't called.
And the culprit is Don Carlson, number 39, the side judge.
But the fake field goal, you see Bruce DeHaven, the special teams coach, very happy with the results. No gain for Thurman Thomas. But just to underline your point, Phil Simms, had he missed the field goal, Buffalo would have taken over at the 42. With the run, they start at the 21. That's a significant hunk of yardage.
Absolutely. And again, Jimmy Johnson, the one thing I've learned, and I've played against Jimmy Johnson a few times, he really respects the wind and how it affects football games, and especially the kicking game. So there, he showed that respect.
It was a 32-yard line was the spot, and so they gain 11 yards on the fake of just real estate. 2nd and 9. Thomas on the ground. You heard someone yell out on defense. They smelled it out. Daniel Stubbs, 96. Makes the tackle with an assist to Zach Thomas. And coming up after our game today, join NBC Sports Game 5, the American League Championship Series, as the Orioles battle the Yankees. New York leading 3-1. Game 5, the ALCS coming up next here on NBC.
Paul, you want to go to the game with me? Yankee Stadium, they're going to be in the World Series probably, it looks like. And I know you love baseball, so.
If I do, I'm going to go sit with George Steinbrenner.
Are you?
Kelly gets away from the rush and throws incomplete. Intended for Quinn early, and Kelly can't seem to find an open receiver. And the fans who have forgotten Kelly's great successes here, some of them started to boo.
Don't boo Kelly on that play there. There was no one open. The Miami Dolphins did a great job, and Kelly's just running for his life back there trying to find somebody open. Now there's Andre Reed. He's open for right now, but Kelly happens to be going the other way. If you see Kelly on the play, he's going the other way, and he couldn't find him.
Chris Moore, hang time they call him here in Buffalo, to kick to O.J. McDuffie. That's why. With the wind, he can really root one. McDuffie lets it go, and it'll bounce backwards. A Dolphin bounce and out of bounds at the 26-yard line. A 50-yard kick. No return for Chris Moore. Well, you might be interested. Yesterday, Miami came in. Jimmy Johnson has a coat and tie requirement on the road. This was their walkthrough.
Hey, got to do it in style, he always says. And I will say, Miami, they are a well-dressed team.
Well, yeah, I love to look at Erickson right here.
Yeah.
He fixed his jacket so he can look real nice. And then Pritchett, the running back, watch this. He'll never take his hands out of his pocket. I like that. Just kind of a casual move to the outside.
Jimmy with a little evangelism.
No, he's just saying, now I want all you guys to dress like I do. I have these $2,000 suits, so all you guys buy them.
From the 26, Erickson batted down by Phil Hansen. Hansen, one of the many players on this Buffalo Bills team from smaller colleges. They've done a great job of finding outstanding players in smaller schools.
Dick, people do not give the front office of the Buffalo Bills enough credit. Excellent job of replacing stars. They've lost to injuries and to free agency. Truly great players, and they replace them with people from small schools and a few free agent pickups.
Look at those schools: North Dakota State, Northern Michigan, Northern Iowa, Jackson State, Ferris State, Kutztown, Western Ontario.
No Citadels in there, though.
Stump Mitchell was in St. Louis once.
Handoff on the draw. across the 40. Stanley Pritchett's second carry of the entire young season, and he gains 16.
Well, what did I tell you guys yesterday? You know, I scared Stanley Pritchett yesterday. Look at this run. He gets some outstanding blocking downfield. But I said to Stanley, you only carried the ball one time going into this game for 3 yards. And I said, you know, I heard tomorrow you're going to carry the ball 18 times. He says, not me. I'm a blocker. I love to block. And I don't need glory.
Yeah, you're right. And he wants to block. He didn't care about running the football. That's the type of fullback you want.
Have you ever met anybody like that in football? I mean, a running back that doesn't want to carry the ball, doesn't care.
Coming to the end of the quarter, he has his degree in history that makes his parents mighty proud. They're both teachers.
Well, the Dolphins had 2 chances into the win, couldn't score. We go to the second quarter, nothing. The bright sunshine in Buffalo and what appears to be a mild, benign breeze. That is not the case. On the field of play, very tricky winds, as we've already seen from Joe Nedney's field goal try.
It's mild for here, Dick. That's what everybody keeps telling me. This is mild for Buffalo.
Beautiful today.
Erickson with the win, unloads a long one for McDuffie, incomplete. And you could see McDuffie waiting for the wind to kind of tail it to the sidelines. And Jeff Burris, good coverage. To Spirit Randall Hill, who played for the Miami Hurricanes. Jimmy Johnson involved in his recruitment. 16 yards on the catch.
What a job by Craig Erickson, the quarterback, looking one way, then coming back and finding Randall Hill, going across the middle and sticking it in between all the defenders. He looked right. Nobody was open. Watch his eyes. No. Good patience. Scoots up in the pocket, which is important, and then finds his third receiver.
Bryce Popp was about to take it right out of his hand as he reached back to throw. We apologize for our technical difficulties. Obviously, we're working frantically to correct those. Flag down. And that usually means false start offense.
You know, the one thing Erickson, and he did talk to us about it, and he realized, again, last week.
False start. Number 84 on the offense, moving prior to the snap. That's a 5-yard penalty. Keeps it down.
Jim Harbaugh was knocked down officially now 24 times, 6 sacks in the ball game. And if you don't think, folks, that weighs on the mind of a quarterback, you're crazy.
And he has certainly brought the commendations from that Buffalo defense, did Harbaugh, and his toughness to take the punishment that he did. And the quarterbacks around the league are completing only 46% of their passes against this Buffalo defense. That's the stingiest of any NFL defense. First and 15. Draw. Abdul-Jabbar showing a spurt of quickness inside the 40 of Buffalo before Ted Washington and Matt Stevens can track him down.
Bruce Smith thought he got held on the play, and he's complaining.
Well, he probably did, but you can't call them all, Paul.
That's right.
But the two things that have worked, the 2 runs that have been successful for the Dolphins today, draw plays, deceive the defense.
Show me that one again, right there.
Pass, and then stick the run up in there.
Oh, did you see Bruce Smith get held? I mean, he had a right to complain.
Still less than a yard per carry for Abdul-Jabbar. Erickson swings it, complete. Abdul-Jabbar Inside the 20 to the 15 to the 14, and Miami threatens again.
Well, I like what Jabbar did, except taking on the safety. I mean, save yourself. There's a long ball game here. Matt Stevens comes over and makes the hit on him. Jabbar makes a great play to the outside. Now here he comes down. There's a sideline. Use it as your friend. Go ahead and get out. Bam, bam. He gets hit twice, and that's when you start fumbling football, trying to get a little bit more.
I don't think Jimmy Johnson wants him to save himself. So get your rear end in there and get me some yards.
Spielman made the hit and almost knocked it free. 23 on the play. Erickson, and he drills another pass complete to the 7 to Randall Hill, and Hill has shown that he's tough in heavy traffic.
Excellent job by Randall Hill and Craig Erickson. Craig Erickson starting to show some confidence, getting in the rhythm of the game, and really just firing the ball in there where it had to be.
Well, you know, we watched him at the beginning of the in practice, and I looked at you and I said, you know, looking at Erickson, really for your very first time to see him up close and personal, and you said, this guy's got a gun.
Well, you said, hey, I'm surprised it's so strong. And I said, well, Jimmy Johnson, there's a reason why he called him when he became a free agent and begged him to come to Miami.
Second down 3. Jabbar carrying a couple of tacklers with him to the 5, will be very close to a first down. Spielman, one of those in on the play. Apparently there's a flag. Bernie Kukar says offside against Buffalo, so they'll take the penalty, will Miami, and a first down inside the 5.
The thing that makes Chris Spielman so good, he's not like the biggest linebacker in the league, but he's strong enough, fast enough. He takes on blockers and can get off of them, but also he has the quality of being fast enough to run around that blocker.
Number 99, 99 on the defense.
That is about as angelic as you'll ever see Chris Spielman.
Yeah, this was taken a couple years ago.
You know, boy, he was bred and born to be a football player, and his son doesn't even have a chance. Noah is 6 months old, and he's already working on his musculature. He rubs him every night, stretches him, so that Noah's going to be. There is Noah on the right.
That is great.
And Madison, the daughter on the left, he said Chris says she'll play too.
Yeah, don't rule out the girl now.
First and goal, Miami. Abdul-Jabbar. They allowed him no hole at all. No gain as Bruce Smith and company there to stop him.
One other thing we asked Bruce Smith, I love to do it when you get a guy like Chris Spielman that everybody admires, and some guys are kind of afraid of him. They kind of stay back off him. I said, Bruce, tell me about Chris Spielman. And he started laughing. He said, now this man is different. You know those smelling salts that you see guys take, folks, on the sideline? You hold it maybe 6 or 7 inches from your nose.
They'll knock you out.
They will. They'll knock you out or scrape your head. He shoves them up his nose before a game. Shoves them up his nose.
He learned that from you, Paul.
No, he did not.
10th play of the drive. And Abdul-Jabbar not able to dent the center of that Buffalo defense. Washington and Hansen there to stack it up. Wade Phillips, former head coach at Denver, running the defense here in Buffalo, and he is bringing 5 or 6 on just about every play. There are no gaps for the runner.
Wade Phillips, when he was in Denver, was known as a zone coach. Let's play it safe, bend but don't break. He comes up here. Bruce Smith, this crew, let's rush the quarterback, put pressure on the offense.
3rd and goal. So they gave it the look of a rollout pass and then a little delay.
As Jimmy Johnson said to us, Dick, and we said it early in the game, be patient with this running game. Run it right up the middle and at these guys. That's where you can have success.
Boy, do they ever. Take a look at this play. It just works so beautifully. They pull. Sims pulls out the guard. They just block right at the point of attack, and then Abdul-Jabbar makes the play. Here comes Spielman coming in. Now he just gets blocked and knocked back into the end zone. He really has no chance on this play. And that's Jeff Bucky, number 77, that blocked him.
Joe Nedney with the win for the extra point. And the Dolphins lead 7-0 on Abdul-Jabbar's 6th rushing touchdown of the season.
Phew, Bourbon. I am 5th Avenue. And even though I live amongst debutantes and celebrities, things are dull. Oh, look, another tourist. Is there no relief from this monotony? What's this?
best 300. The road is calling. Answer it.
Ah, something worthy of my asphalt.
The legendary chalice of Malta has never come cheap. In 1238, it was captured by 10,000 Celts. In 1512, it took an entire armada. And in 1703, it took an arranged marriage to the daughter of Charles V, the older one. But luckily, if you want the golden chalice of Malta, all you need is the golden card of Visa, with extraordinary purchase power for extraordinary things. It's even mightier than the sword. Visa Gold, it's everywhere you want to be.
Take my advice. Give the ball to Sanders.
Brooks, 26 counter on 3.
Now we're cooking with gas. Okay, guys.
Mrs. Danner, I don't want your mouthpiece in my mouth.
Well, you know what upsets me? When I played, we didn't have a choice of colors. I mean, they got different colors.
Yeah, but now, I mean, who do you think is getting this one? He's just opening drawers and sticking them in.
Well, they're trying to pick up Ahmad Rashad's color of his tie.
Oh, that tie, yeah. Oh, yeah.
He's a chic dresser, but I think he succumbed to pre-Halloween weakness.
You're hurting my man.
Medney to kick it off with a 7-0 Miami lead. Eric Moulds, the rookie from Mississippi State. Not much there as Moulds hit by Larry Izzo, free agent rookie from Rice that Jimmy Johnson dearly loves. Jim Kelly, a rough start for Kelly as he returns as the starting quarterback with a fumble and an interception.
And Dick, you can see it in his face, the uncertainty. I promise you, I've been there too many times. You can see it. He knows he's going in to win. Bad field position. This is a pretty good defense he's going to try to throw the ball against, too.
Hasn't allowed a rushing touchdown now for 27 quarters, this Miami defense. Thomas seemed to hit his own man, knocked him off balance. Maybe back to the line of scrimmage. Daryl Gardner there to secure the tackle. Buffalo's fourth possession. And they've had an interception and a fumble, but Miami unable to take advantage, and then a punt.
They're going to try to hurry up. We thought that they kind of put this away. We'll get back to it in just a minute.
They're doing this strictly for Jim Kelly to get him in rhythm.
He loves throwing out of this K-gun attack. Clearly has his first catch today and 13 yards.
They had to find a way to get Jim into the game. So I'm sure he says, let's go no huddle. That makes him feel good. It actually catches the defense by surprise. So he should be able to get a couple quick, easy plays to get him going too.
Herman Thomas for 5 out to the 30-yard line, and it allows Kelly to be in total control because he now then calls the play.
Yeah, now I got to understand something though. When Kelly got hurt that next week, they were going to go with not with Todd Collins, but they were going to go and slow it down a little bit and run some basic offense. But this is something that Jim Kelly does better than anybody.
Another 5-yard gain before he's pushed back. Calvin Jackson on the corner appears to be good enough for another first down. Now this is the Buffalo Bills of their Super Bowl days. K-gun hurry-up attack. Reed wants to be replaced, it would appear. Ball spotted just across the 35, a first down. But Marv Levy thinks that this K-gun, the defenses are caught up with it. Herman Thomas getting 2 or maybe 3. Daryl Gardner and others in on the stop.
One of the other things that was a problem with it, you got Brown was out, who was a rookie, and then they had Ostrowski in there, they had Corey Lucci in there, and these guys, they were mixing Corbin Lucina in there. These are backup guys, and they didn't really grasp it, so they had to kind of get away from it. Now they've got them all back together again.
On second down, Kelly. Reed, first down at the Miami 46, so the Bills make their first invasion of Miami territory.
Now that was a good football play by Jim Kelly. He hung in there, went to the second receiver, and then he got hit. So he got everything he wanted. You know, as a quarterback, get hit, get knocked down. Hey, made a good play. Get into the game.
16 yards on the throw to Andre Reed. Screen it. Derek Holmes. 35. And brought down. Good open field tackle by Calvin Jackson after a 15-yard gain. Derek Holmes touching the ball for the first time.
Boy, what a call by Jim Kelly right there. He's got him thinking pass. We're hurrying up. Defensive line. Oh, let's get the quarterback. It's a screen. Excellent job. Downfield blocking. And Calvin Jackson, number 38, if he doesn't make that tackle there, it's down inside the 10-yard line.
So after a staggering start, Kelly off the ropes and really has fought back. Holmes has to give some ground and takes a loss back at the 34-yard line. Stubbs and Thomas. Zach Thomas make the stop. 3-yard loss.
Chris Singleton really made a nice play on it. He's in the backfield. He's telling, he knows he can't get Derek Holmes, but yet he stays with it and forces Holmes to go back outside, which enabled everybody to get in there. Watch number 55 on this play. You're going to see him down on the ground. Here comes Holmes. Boom, boom, outside. He forces him back to the outside, and they make the play on it.
Shane Burton, 75, down there to force the play wide. Holmes runs into his own man, struggling to get a yard or two, and there was a moan from the crowd, thought that he might have fumbled. Shane Wooden in there as well, digging for the ball. Look at Chris Spielman, the Buffalo defense. Let's see if he did relinquish the ball momentarily.
Yes, the ball is out. That is a fumble.
And he recovers it at the 32, where it's 3rd and 11. This entire drive without a huddle as Kelly back to his good old days, the K-gun. Good protection. Now breaks down. He has to dump it off to Holmes in the flat. Thomas misses him. Lonnie Johnson, rather, is the receiver, the tight end, number 84, and he is tackled at the 30.
This is a different offense, Phil. They take Lonnie Johnson, the tight end, and they put him in the backfield as a blocker. He was just the escape route.
Right, just to help with the pass rush. 4th down here, 4th and 9. You might as well go for it.
Into the wind. Right. We've already seen Nedney having his troubles into this cross wind that blows from left to right and actually to the far corner. Kelly resets Derek Holmes. This drive primarily without Thurman Thomas.
Number 79, the left guard moved on the play. That's going to put him back to 4th and about 14.
Ball starts. Number 79 on the offense, moving prior to the snaps. That's a 5-yard penalty. Still 4th down.
On comes the punt team.
And Marv very unhappy about those 13 penalties and the win against Indianapolis last week. Most in his 11 years coaching here in Buffalo. Winningest coach in Bills history. They inducted him into the Hall of Fame. His name up on the All-Star wall here at Rich Stadium. Moore with a pooch. He knows the win, but a little too far with this one. Miami will get the touchback at the 20.
Automobiles, the result of a relentless pursuit of perfection. By Nike. By Liberty Mutual Insurance, helping people live safer, more secure lives. That's the freedom of liberty. And by Wendy's and the new bigger, plumper grilled chicken breast filet sandwich. Try one today.
And welcome back. Buffalo Chills and 80,000 fans here. A bit surprised by the score, 7-0, and Miami in the lead. Have the ball again at the 20. Missed a short field goal. Had a interception and fumble earlier. Couldn't capitalize. Abdul-Jabbar diving forward for 3. In his 11th year here in Buffalo, Marv Levy, age 71, his 42nd year of coaching. He's an alphabet coach. He's been everywhere. He's at NCAA, USFL, CFL, NFL. He even worked at NBC with Marv Albert. A year younger than George Halas, and there's no generation gap in Buffalo. The players love him, and they understand it and are inspired by it. Second down, Erickson under pressure. Throws way wide as the wind takes that away from O.J. McDuffie.
Nobody open. He knew. Get rid of the football. Ted Washington coming from inside on the defense just powers past the blockers. Watch him, got that right arm, rips up through it, and he just kisses him down, though.
What do you want him to do, Ham?
Well, no, I just thought maybe it was a hard lick, but it wasn't. But
no,
you got to have those as a quarterback. You don't want to get hit hard every time. But
they got so many all-pros in this team, and every time we talk about Buffalo's defense, you talk about Ted Washington, number 92.
3rd and 8 for Erickson. Blown play, almost intercepted to Bryce Pop. Juris McPhail. That was perhaps by design, but certainly awkward at best.
Well, if it was by design, it sure wasn't designed that way.
It was a shovel pass, and what happened is that Ken Irvin came off the corner and created a problem. Ken Irvin, number 27, in the slot down at the bottom, comes inside, catches Miami by surprise, not able to execute the play.
Russell Copeland back as John Kidd with the wind. He kicked here in Buffalo, so knows well these tricky winds. Not a good kick, and Copeland, excellent return to the 44-yard line. So good field position for the Buffalo Bills, trailing the Dolphins by a touchdown. Line a gain of 3. Terrell Buckley, the tackler. Jim Kelly, who was expecting his second child, he said right now the baby would be born on his birthday, Valentine's Day next year. Started slowly in the offense, and now going to the no huddle is obviously much more comfortable. Almost intercepted by Louis Oliver. Oliver's had some of his biggest games against the Miami Dolphins. In fact, a few years ago here, took one 103 yards.
Louis Oliver does a terrific job of seeing the receiver going down the field. I thought he was wide open, could be a touchdown, but he reads it, cuts underneath Andre Reed, and should have had the interception.
3rd down and 7. Buffalo 0 for 3 on 3rd downs thus far today. For the first time, take it the second time today. Norman Hand and Trace Armstrong. And Armstrong has been a demon for Buffalo to block here in the first half. He's been on Kelly almost every play.
And you can't blame this play on the hurry-up offense because the offensive line was set up. Now watch Hand. Hand just breaks the outside. He just runs over Parker. I mean, he ran over Parker. But I think Parker's foot got caught under one of his own men, and he went down.
Chris Moore to punt into the breeze. Boy, look at the wind, knocked that one down. It takes a Buffalo bounce and then a Miami bounce, and it's down at the 34-yard line. Sneaky win, 7-0 Miami.
Liberty Mutual, helping people live safer, more secure lives, presents Playing It Safe. What a hit. So why is the NFL trying to make sure it never happens again? Stay tuned.
Oh, yeah, there we go. Stop sign coming up.
Meet Fred Stark.
A little short.
Fred works for Liberty.
Darken the skies for opposing quarterbacks Bryce Popp and Bruce Smith. Popp, who led the league last year with 17.5 sacks, and Smith currently tied for second all-time with his sack total. And as a duo, they lead Martin and Turnbull of New Orleans by 9 sacks last year in this. Dominant. A reverse, and it goes to O.J. McDuffie, but read well by Gabe Northern. The rookie not fooled at all. Held his ground.
Craig Erickson.
You know, well, that's what bothers me. You know, quarterbacks, they should be able to block better than that.
Paul, you're right. I do not disagree. This play has the Bills defense fooled, and Craig Erickson, as a quarterback, one thing you do when you get somebody that big and you got to block him, just dive at his feet, because at least he'll jump to try to get out of the way.
I was only joking, but I'll tell you what, Gabe Northern just made a sensational play.
Boy, this first half has sped by. We're already at the 2-minute warning. 7-0 Dolphins.
When you buy a computer factory direct from Gateway 2000, our tech experts are there for you around the clock. What keeps them going?
When I fix their problems, guys that I don't even know will just come out and say, I love you, Gretchen. I'm married. At least I know I still got it.
Gateway computers feature the Intel Pentium processor. And the only way to get them is to call 1-800-GATEWAY. You've got a friend in the business. Give us a call.
There will always be questions. We'll answer the ones about cars.
2/2 of a second, a human eye begins to blink. A hummingbird flits its wings once. And a sensor in a door frame tells an airbag in a seat to deploy. Because when it comes to your safety, every 100th of a second counts. The 1997 Lexus LS 400.
Perfect for any game, Domino's has the perfect play. Choose from 3 delicious crusts. There's classic hand-tossed, crunchy thin crust, or go deep with thick ultimate deep dish. So make the call and have it all. Call now, and you can enjoy a delicious Domino's pizza during the game. And why not add some of Domino's spicy buffalo wings or steaming hot breadsticks?
Bright colors of fall here in Western New York. Buffalo trailing Miami 7-0, and Baltimore trails the Yankees 3-1. Game 5 follows our football coverage at 4 o'clock Eastern time. We'll see a report directly from Baltimore. Greg Gumbel, Mike Ditka, Joe Gibbs, and Chris Collinsworth on the Domino's Pizza halftime report. It'll be another Erickson, Scott Erickson, pitching later. Currently, it's Craig Erickson for the Miami Dolphins. Second down and 10. Abdul-Jabbar straight ahead for 3 or 4 to the 38-yard line, and with a 7-0 lead, Miami's Jimmy Johnson perhaps playing as he promised. You know, doesn't want any mistakes, and play it conservatively.
And he's getting what he wanted, and the reason he can do that, it gets overlooked in this game because of Buffalo, but this Miami defense, they're pretty good too, and they're able to hold teams down, not give up big plays except for last week. And that's why they can be patient on offense today, run the football and throw it when they want to.
1:23, 1:22 left in the half. 3rd and 5 for Erickson on the blitz. Tipped, but caught. McPhail struggling, and it does not appear he made it. He's about a yard shy of a first down. Juris McPhail with the catch.
The one thing that I've rarely ever heard a coach say, Jimmy Johnson said to us yesterday, and you brought up, here you're going to watch the tip ball right here. Now Hanson, number 9, he gets his hand on the ball. McPhail, I mean, just heads-up play trying to get the first down. But the thing about Jimmy Johnson, what he said to us yesterday, it's all right to punt.
Buffalo has called time. There's 1 minute left in this first half.
It's fall. That means 2 things: football and projects. That's why we're having the True Value Kickoff Kick-In sale. We're kicking it off by kicking in bonus items and extra savings, so you can get all those projects done and still have time to enjoy the season. New from 3M, Command Adhesive Hooks. They have strength that holds, but remove clean and easy. Now only $2.99. True Value, official hardware store of the NFL and homes everywhere.
So with the timeout, as Buffalo wants to get the ball with a minute remaining. John Kidd to punt. Russell Copeland back near the 10-yard line for the Bills. Kidd driving one. Copeland lets it roll. And it will take a friendly Miami bounce, and down at the 5 by Sean Hill. 52 on the punt by Kidd, no return. Now the Bills, less than a minute to go. NBC tonight, an all-new Third Rock. Tips on getting out of a compromising situation with your girlfriend.
You're about a quart low.
Third Rock from the Sun tonight after Dateline on NBC.
Well, I'll let you comment.
I can't. I'm just being careful. I don't want to comment on it. But I will. Well, never mind.
There's aliens everywhere.
From the 5, and with no room to run. Or pass in this case for Jim Kelly. He does run. Aaron Jones makes the tackle, and timeout called by Miami this time. So Jimmy Johnson sees a possible opportunity to get some field position. 43 seconds left.
From stock car racing to races on ice, Mobil 1 has never let a driver down. From 35 degrees below to 135 above, Mobil 1 has never failed. No wonder every Corvette, Viper, and Porsche comes filled with...
At the moment, the Dolphins leading 7-0 on second down. Derek Holmes crosses the 10 to the 11-yard line. See if Jimmy Johnson uses his final timeout. Apparently not. He realizes that without the full complement of 3 timeouts, he really couldn't do much in this situation.
You know, I noticed something here in this game here, in the punts, and the ball's rolling. You're kind of hesitant about going in the end zone, coming back out of the end. This ball, when it hits the ground, you have no idea where it's going to go.
And in the air, it's no picnic either. You
really don't. It's the craziest place. I mean, the wind here is absolutely nuts.
Marv Levy's concern continues to be putting points on the board. His defense brilliant again, although allowing 1 touchdown, but unable to punch one in himself. And Jimmy Johnson's Dolphins lead the field at halftime, leading 7-0. We go to great field goal. Chris Moore delivers a punt into the wind. O.J. McDuffie lets it bounce. Stay away is the call. Down by Mark Pike at the 25-yard line. 48 on the punt. Miami has its first possession coming up.
Storage and retirement insurance and investment products. And by Brewery Fresh Budweiser, who remind you fresh beer tastes better.
Is there anything more beautiful than October in the Midwest and East?
No.
It's the reason why you live here, right, Paul?
That's exactly right. Besides, I've never made enough money to get out of here.
First down, Miami at the 25, leading 7-0. Erickson to the sidelines, and the catch by Jarris McPhail. And Erickson delivering a ball under heat, 11 yards, first down.
Excellent job of Craig Erickson standing in the pocket, feeling the pressure. Buffalo gets what they want up top. Bryce Pop against the running back. Excellent job of blocking Bryce Pop to the ground, and Craig Erickson knows he has an extra second and gets rid of the ball and makes a good throw.
Meanwhile, McPhail, who was the 5th-round pick, one of 3 5th-round picks, all of them contributing. You talk about a draft by Jimmy Johnson. He gets McPhail in the 5th round. He gets Sean Wooden in the 6th. He's starting today. He gets Shane Burton in the 5th round out of Tennessee. He's starting at defensive end today. And gets Zach Thomas in the 5th round. And he is more than starting for the Miami Dolphins. After the 133rd pick, those 4 players all playing prominent roles. Second down, 11. Crowd trying to help out. McPhail, no, it's Abdul-Jabbar gets only a yard out to the 37-yard line.
Boy, Richmond Webb just got an excellent block on Bruce Smith on the outside, and you got to block one-on-one on Bruce Smith. We said that this guy handles Bruce in the AFC East better than anyone else. 78 on 78. Look at this. Rolls him to the outside. Bruce is even grabbing Richmond Webb's jersey, but you're not even close to the quarterback. That is outstanding blocking.
It's like a couple of heavyweights, the matchup. Webb a little heavier, a little taller. Both of them frequent visitors to Honolulu after the season. Erickson. Wide open underneath is O.J. McDuffie. It's a first down at the 47. Kurt Schultz made the tackle.
You know, Phil, this whole thing has changed when Craig Erickson has time to throw the football. It's all based on that.
That's right, Paul. And the fact they're going down the field and doing a good job of trying to confuse the secondary, who to pick up which receiver. But here's the important thing. Craig Erickson can see in front of him. No defensive lineman in his face makes it easy throwing the ball down the field.
10 yards on the throw by Erickson, who thus far has really outpitched Jim Kelly. Abdul-Jabbar and Phil Hansen, one of the underrated Bills, or at least not as publicized as Pop and Smith and Spielman, makes another good play.
But you used to say when you go down the line, you got Hansen, and then you got Washington, Smith, and Pop. Then you got Spielman, and then Gabe Norton, number 2 draft choice. He's just plugging up everything in there. They've got a great defensive front 7.
On second and a dozen. Erickson
going to be an almost intercepted. Gabe Northern has his sights on a touchdown. That'll look to be 6 for Buffalo when Erickson threw it.
That's what pressure will do. That's what, sorry, Paul, but that's what pressure will do. Get the quarterback in a situation where he panics, and at the last second, don't make this throw across the field in man coverage. Very fortunate to get away with that.
Kareem Abdul-Jabbar saw it coming, and he went out to help out. He doesn't get a piece of the ball, but he gets a grab on Gabe Northern's arm.
There's Erickson's numbers, 112 yards, so over 50%. Not many quarterbacks have been over 50 against Buffalo this year. No one in the backfield. The long throw this time for Hill. Not close. Covered by Thomas Smith. Well done by Smith in his 4th year out of North Carolina. Dan Marino on the sidelines. Hopes to be back in 2 weeks. Craig Erickson acquired with the injury to Marino as a free agent from the Colts. 4th down. Kidd comes on to punt. Russell Copeland at the 10. Beautiful kick. Copeland lets it go. And it bounds into the end zone for the touchback. 55 yards, 35 net. Buffalo trails by 7.
At the Principal Financial Group, you'll find the strength of our investment performance is your 401k retirement advantage. You'll find our flexibility will meet your insurance needs, and you'll find the balance of choice and quality you need in health coverage. For over a century, you've trusted the Principal for strength, flexibility, and balance in retirement, insurance, and financial products. At the Principal, we give you an edge.
Homies who brought you Naked Gun take you back to school for reading.
They open like this.
Rapping.
Don't you think the kids would enjoy a nice song with a melody?
Arithmetic.
They have 3 brass knuckles and 2 sawed-off pool cues. What is the ratio of metal weapons to wooden ones?
High School High, rated PG-13, at theaters Friday, October 25th.
Just 6 minutes gone in the 3rd quarter. Miami leading Buffalo 7-0. Dan Marino. This was a couple 3 hours before the kickoff today, testing that fractured ankle, and no question he can still throw it on even one ankle.
No question, he can get in the shotgun and do well every play, but got a chance. I went down the field and talked to Dan Marino this morning, and he was really upset. And I thought, well, you're not feeling well, whatever. He goes, I can't believe it. All the times I've come up here and played in rain and snow, look at it today. It's beautiful, and I should be out there. And I can understand the frustration right there, Dan. Not too many days like in Buffalo like this.
Derek Holmes trying to get outside, may have picked up a yard or 2. What else did he tell you that you can share with us?
Well, Dan Marino's been in this league a long time, since 1983, and he is so excited about this football team. The way they play, the way they practice, and the fact that Jimmy has just brought in something new, and he believes in what they're trying to accomplish, and he is not worried about the fact that it is young and got all these rookies playing. He believes they can win and do well in the playoffs with this team.
At 34, all that youth has inspired him to read incomplete, covered by Terrell Buckley.
I think you're right. I think it does. But even getting new teammates changes your outlook. It changes the way you practice and everything, and I think he's got caught up in that, and it's a good thing that late in his career.
Now, on the other hand, let's go back to Kelly yesterday. We sat down and talked to Jim Kelly, and he said, hey, our defense has just done it all for you. We haven't done a thing on offense. They have 0 points in this ball game. They haven't really threatened in this game. The offense isn't doing a thing, and the defense is off of that one touchdown. They're shutting out Miami.
3rd down and 9. Buffalo yet to cross the Miami 30-yard line today. The middle to Reed. Jump up and hangs on. A typical Reed tough catch over the middle.
Thomas. It's a first down at the 38.
Flirting with danger, but it works out for the Buffalo Bills that time. And when you throw the ball over the middle against Miami's defense in these situations, look at that. 2 defenders, one on the behind him and one in front. That's where the strength of this defense is when they're playing zone coverage. Jim Kelly kind of fortunate that time with an excellent throw.
Reed's 4th catch, juggling, albeit. 16 on the play. 2 tight ends, Tony Klein and Lonnie Johnson. Dives to the 39, a gain of only 1. Tackled by Tim Bowens and Daniel Stubbs.
Zach Thomas, they say how active he really is, and Zach Thomas, number 54, watch him here. He's going to the ball. Does he get nailed? Does he get to the ball? That's one thing Jimmy Johnson. If the big guy gets hands on him one-on-one, Zach Thomas does not have a chance. He did a smart thing. Just back out of there and don't get killed.
Holmes to the 43-yard line. 3 more before Jackson and Singleton, along with Burton, can make the stop. A reminder that no late game on NBC in football, but you'll be able to watch the 5th game of the American League Championship Series, as it'll be Erickson for Baltimore trying to extend it to a game 6, and Andy Pettit try to wrap it up for the Yankees, who look to the World Series for the first time in 15 years.
That series is going 7 games.
As if you're an expert.
How many innings are in a baseball game, do you know?
How many games are there in an inning?
Kelly goes down again, another sack, and it's Zach Thomas on the blitz.
All right, Zach. I made Zach feel bad once by getting blocked. Okay, by Ostrowski. Now Zach comes back. He said, if you're going to show me one way, show me the other. Here he comes on a blitz. Look at it, straight to the quarterback. He gets blocked. He just goes right at Kelly's feet. Boom, you're down.
And Chris Moore will have to punt it into the wind. 6:16 left in the 3rd quarter. Beautiful high kick, and now the wind will blow it back. Third catch. McDuffie fumbles the ball and is able to cover it at the 29-yard line. And that's the other hazard, just fielding that punt. It's almost as if they're throwing it out of a helicopter at 1,000 feet. It's 30-mile gusts here in Buffalo today. Miami able to maintain control as they do with a lead, 7-0. Stunned and sour looks here in Buffalo. Shut out are the hometown Bills by Miami thus far. 6:04 left in the 3rd as Craig Erickson and Miami take over at the 29. Irving spikes in there for the first time. The throw wide open is Hill. 45-40, chased by Burris. 20, and cut down by a saving tackle, Kurt Schultz. A flag is down where the contact was made between Hill and the cornerback. 61 yards if.
It's against Buffalo. The referee is signaling, bring it on down here.
Is it a holding penalty?
It's holding.
It's holding.
So Erickson with the win goes to the bomb, and Randall Hill, who has
holding. Number 22 on the defense. Penalty is declined. First down.
He's made some terrific catches with Buffalo Bills all around him. This time was wide open.
What I like is Randall Hill takes his time, sails the route, then takes off. Jeff Burris, fooled by it, must have thought it was going to be a running play. Gets caught behind them, up by the line of scrimmage. Randall Hill, excellent job of getting down the field and catching the ball.
First down and 10. The ball just outside. No, it is first and goal. First and goal. Throw incomplete. Unable to get. There's another flag intended for Randall Hill, but his path was denied as he tried to cut over the middle.
Erickson on that very first play that threw the ball down the field to Randall Hill was a play-action pass that just froze everybody. And they know that on play-action pass or any passes, the Buffalo Bills on their corners are going to play man-to-man.
Pass interference. Number 28 on the defense. That is a first down.
That's Thomas Smith. But they know, Miami knows that they're going to play man-to-man. Now here it comes again. Inside, you can't push when the ball's in the air. Very good call. Thomas Smith.
Watch.
He'll come in.
Smith.
Boom, there it is.
That's it.
See, the reason for that, he could hit it 5 yards, Dick, but the ball was in the air.
First and goal at the 6, and Irving Spikes was playing with an injured left hand, and that concerned Jimmy Johnson that he might be prone to fumble, but Spikes showing a good burst. Chris Spielman makes a tackle at the 3.
We said to Jimmy Johnson yesterday, Dick, what about this crowd? What about your young guys? What about us? He says, they're going to be all right. I'm not worried. They're all right. I'm not going to worry about it. They're all right.
Oh, of course they're going to be all right, because we've had a chance to watch them practice, and Jimmy Johnson is on them. And some of these players said they worry about making a little mistake in practice that he'll get upset, and he goes, hey, Jimmy, he might even cut you right on the practice field sometimes. So they're used to the pressure. They deal with it well.
Craig Erickson calls time here with it 2nd and goal outside the 2-yard line. So we'll take a break. 4:55 left in the 3rd. Miami threatening to extend its lead.
Subway bakes my bread up fresh, and that's my way. My way.
It's back. The A1 steak and
reaction as Craig Erickson forced to call a timeout. Burrowing up the middle, denied the goal line, but he's inside the 1.
I'll tell you one thing. I really believe that, they're that close. But you're like 3rd and short. I don't even think as well as that defense is playing. I'm not even thinking field goal here. I'm thinking 7 points and put 14 on that board and now force Buffalo to throw the football, and then you've got them.
They bring in Robert Wilson, Miami, 255-pound fullback, along with Pritchett and Spikes. Wilson wing to the right. That's where they're going. Spikes. Touchdown. Irving Spikes scoring for the 3rd time this year as he dives from short range, and Miami leads 13-0.
Excellent job right there by the Miami offensive line. They didn't allow any penetration. You had to think that it was going to go right. The fullback's going that way. The defense looked at everybody coming up in there. But the line of scrimmage, the offensive line won the battle, gives Irving Spikes the room to jump over the top.
Looked like he had trouble with a handoff, almost. Yes. Try for point by Nedney. The Dolphins lead 14-0 as they go 71 yards. The big play, the 61-yard pass from Erickson to Randall Hill. Spikes dives for the score. 14-0.
Teammates sponsored by the U.S. Army. Be part of our team in the Army. Thanks to an explosive attack, the Patriots are finally flashing their potential.
Long and deep right sideline. It is caught, a diving grab by Terry Glenn, and he is in. Touchdown!
Drew Bledsoe, Curtis Martin, and Ben Coates are the catalysts that have propelled the Pats into the thick of the tight AFC Eastern Division race.
The mold at the 1. And the rookie threads his way out across the 25 to the 26-yard line. Kirby Dardar made the tackle. Jim Kelly, only 58 yards of passing production. He's fumbled once and lost it. He's been intercepted once. He's been sacked 4 times. The only successful drive of the game for Kelly was going into the wind as they are now, and he used the no huddle.
Well, on the first play now, they really don't. They come off, they go into the huddle, and we'll see if they go back to the no huddle because it was successful, especially on running plays.
4 minutes left in the third quarter. Fake to Thomas. Complete to the tight end, Lonnie Johnson. First down at the 39. Phil, just looking at clock management, it almost as if the Bills have to keep possession of this drive until they get the wind change at the start of the fourth.
Wind change, and they need to change field position so where a big defensive play could result in a score right away for the offense. But they definitely need to get a couple first downs, Dick, like you said, and get this thing changed around.
Well, they got the receivers. They went into the huddle, and Andre Reed went out to the wrong side.
Tony Klein, the tight end, wide left. Off play action, Kelly. Wide. And a first down for Quinn Early. Finally tackled by linebacker Dwight Hollier. 26 yards on the play.
Jim Kelly gets time, and what that does down the field, it lets the receivers get behind the linebackers who are drawn up by the underneath coverage. Quinn Early on the in cut, no linebacker in sight. Then Zach Thomas finally gets there, but look what time does for a quarterback and receivers.
And all three guys covered Andre Reed, all three defensive backs.
First down at the 35. For 5 to the 30-yard line. 2:39, 2:38 left in the third period. Zach Thomas with a tackle. Second down, 5. Jimmy Johnson. There's the one thing they say, these players about him, is that every day is a new day. You don't hear the same messages. He's got something fresh.
He has a different agenda every single day.
First down at the 21 for the veteran from Oklahoma State. First time that they've been inside the Dolphin 30.
Keep in mind, folks, that the Miami Dolphins have not given up a rushing touchdown in 26 quarters.
Well, 28 now, and this would be the 29th
quarter. So, I mean, and even talking to Jim Kelly yesterday, he said, if we're going to get down into the red zone, which they're about 2 yards away from the red zone, which is the 20 on in, he said, we may have to throw the ball to get it in there.
Kelly, veteran, knowing the winds here, working well into it. Reverse to Early. Lewis Oliver, veteran safety, made the stop.
You watch this team and you see this drive. They're making it look so easy, and it brings back to what Chris Spielman said. He goes, it's easy to play up here. What you do is you play a close game and you wait till the very end, and somehow we pull it out. And they seem to play well, the Buffalo Bills, when they're in panic situations.
Close games, Phil. They've won 11 straight games by 7 points or less. That's some kind of a record. I believe that. And if you keep that sort of stuff, I don't know if anyone's done that. 11 in a row, they've won all 11. Little delay. Touchdown, Buffalo! Typical drive by the Buffalo Bills with a no-huddle. Kelly leading them, and Thurman Thomas 19 yards for the payoff. The first rushing touchdown allowed by the Dolphins all season, and snaps a string of 28 shutout quarters in that regard. It's 14-7.
What a job by the Buffalo offense, and in particular, Jim Kelly. He's checking, he's changing the play. The Dolphins are in a blitz defense. If you get past the first line against the blitz, there's nobody there to make the tackle.
I'll tell you, John Fina gets an outstanding block, and so does Reuben Brown. 79 and 70 coming out. They just open up the hole. The inside is sealed by Lonnie Johnson, the tight end, and Thurman goes in with nothing else. There's Reuben Brown going to start something new here in Buffalo.
He's jumping in the crowd. It's a good thing that wall is only 2 feet high. If you weigh that much.
Well, the only problem about Reuben's happy, but when Reuben throws himself in there ain't a whole lot of people that can pick him up and throw him back.
Good point. And the big thing is that on that touchdown, Jim Kelly, after it was over, was as excited as you could ever see a quarterback get, because he knew he did a wonderful thing in changing that play.
Well, they scored going into the win. Final minute now, the third period, and Buffalo will have the advantage if there is of the wind in the final quarter. Thomas, by the way, bookends that string of 28 consecutive quarters without a rushing touchdown allowed by Miami late last year. He was the last one to rush for one, and he gets a 19-yard run for score today. Irving spikes, and Jarris McPhail deep for Miami. It's McPhail. Across the 30 to the 31-yard line for the rookie from East Carolina. An update now. Let's go to Greg Gumbel.
right, Dick, in the AFC Central at Pittsburgh. Watch Mike Tomczak, the short flip to Cordell Stewart. Cordell will make the adjustment on his helmet. No need. Nobody touches him. 32 yards into the end zone. Under 3 minutes to play in the third. The Steelers lead the Bengals 10-3, Dick.
It's always one of my favorite plays to watch. You saw it often in the old days, the fake screen left and screen right.
Pittsburgh is the best screen team in the NFL history. Not in history, just this year.
Okay.
Last year they were pretty good.
Pretty good.
Yes.
This crowd comes to light. 31-yard line, Miami. And a sack by Bryce Pop. Pop with his 5th of the year.
He just runs over Stanley Pritchett, number 36. He got the fullback trying to block on Bryce Pop. He just tees off. He's going directly to the quarterback, and Stanley Pritchett is standing there. I said, you got to get your head up. He does, but Bryce Pop just takes him back. Boom. Sack. Great play.
Pop from a little town, Scranton, Iowa, of 700, went to Northern Iowa. He only had 12 men on his senior high school football team. Abdul-Jabbar for a very short gain at the end of the third quarter. Buffalo fans feel it's plenty of time for the Bills. They've stopped the clock with 4 seconds showing. I don't see a penalty flag.
Chris Spielman, he knows where they're going to run the play. He told us yesterday. I watched so much film. Look at, if he is not, look at, he's in the hole in the backfield, so he knows exactly where it's coming.
It's a motion penalty declined by the Bills.
He said something really interesting, Paul. He says, watching film, that's how you get instincts. You know where to go out in the field. You get that feel.
And there it is, the end of the third quarter. We'll be back after these messages from your local station.
Murphy Brown's Faith Ford has evidence aliens exist.
Oh, my God.
She can prove it if they let her live to tell. Night Visitors, NBC tonight.
F-E-E. It's how some politicians spell tax. This November, they want you to vote for a 1 cent a pound F-E-E on Florida sugar. Give them the money, they say. They'll spend it on the Everglades, they say. Just like they spent the lottery's money on education. One thing we taxpayers know. To the politicians, F-E-E, fee, may spell tax. But to us, whether on sugar or anything else, what it really spells is waste.
In the world of tools, there's only one true craftsman. Craftsman makes anything possible.
Oh, yeah. They call you a maverick, an independent thinker, the backbone of the American economy. You own your own business. You have our undivided attention every day. Ideas for the way you live.
News Channel 8 at 11, Tampa Bay's most watched late news.
The telecast is presented by the authority of the National Football League and is intended for the private use of our audience. Any rebroadcast or other use of this telecast without the express written consent of the NFL is prohibited.
Welcome back as we open the fourth quarter. Dick Enberg with Paul McGuire and Phil Simms and 80,000 Buffalo voices as Erickson brings them out 3rd and 14. He fires, almost intercepted on the far sidelines. Charles Jordan, the intended receiver. Kurt Schultz there defensively.
Jeff Burris had excellent coverage on the outside. And watch Jeff Burris, number 22. He's going to get his hand in, tips the ball. Schultz, if he's looking at the ball and not looking at the receiver, he makes the interception.
Pretty good throw into the wind by Erickson. Good play by Burris. Now John Kidd into the wind. Russell Copeland at the Buffalo 30.
That's a great kick.
To the 24. Kirby Dardar and others make the tackle at the 31-yard line. The Bills have it back early in the fourth quarter. Jim Kelly 7 behind Miami.
Hey, help me figure this out. Usually the more gizmos you want, the more money you got to spend. Then there's a Chevrolet Cavalier. It gives you a lot of the same gizmos that make expensive cars easy to live with for about half the price. If you forget to lock your doors, the Cavalier is still protected by a gizmo called the theft deterrent system. If you leave your dome light on, it turns it off. My house doesn't even do that. Get the car that's easy to own, a Cavalier. Genuine Chevrolet, the cars more Americans trust.
NFL Sunday Ticket from DirecTV. We play up to 13 regular season games every Sunday. So what would you call somebody who only plays one? It's not on cable or any other mini-dish system. It's got to be DirecTV. Satellite TV at its best.
No matter where we live, when it comes to something as important as healthcare, we all want the best. That's why Aetna and U.S. Healthcare have joined forces to create a partnership that will set a new standard of quality and care in the healthcare industry. Aetna and U.S. Healthcare, raising the quality of healthcare for your town, for your family, for you.
The NFL on NBC is brought to you by Genuine Chevrolet, the cars more Americans trust. By Norelco Razor for our closest shave ever. And by DirecTV, satellite TV at its best.
Welcome back to Buffalo, where the fans feeling in a much more positive, if you will, attitude as the Bills have scored to cut Miami's lead to 14-7, have it at their own 32. Kelly comes out throwing to the side. Incomplete. Andre Reed tackled by Calvin Jackson. First down at the 44.
Andre Reed does a good job of selling to the defender Calvin Jackson. I'm going inside, I'm going deep, then he breaks out. Good timing by Jim Kelly, trusting the receiver and throwing it before the break.
Are you surprised that Miami's not sending some people after Kelly and not blitzing?
Did not do it in the touchdown drive. I would expect them to change their philosophy and try to put some pressure on the quarterback.
Derek Holmes and the bigger running back, 226-pound Holmes, who played at Division II Portland State with some yardage up the middle to the 47.5. It'll be second down and 7.
Well, you talked about Buffalo. They take a gap and they run 5 and 6 guys at a time, so that means they are blitzing or dogging somebody. Miami, a dog is the same thing. You're on your way to the quarterback and you're going into a gap. If there's a runner there, you take the runner.
Gets the sack this time, his first of the year, 5 by Miami today. They had only 13 in their first 5 games, but 5 against the Bills.
Phil, one of the problems that I'm seeing with Jim Kelly is he's got too much looking downfield. I mean, you've got to have confidence in your offensive line.
You're right.
Not that much.
You're right. It was a short drop. Get rid of the ball fast.
Third down, 11. Good catch, and it could be a first down as Eric Moulds, the rookie, picking that one right off the carpet. Let's see where they spot progress. Louis Oliver covering. They're going to measure for a first down.
The ball has to be at the 46-yard line marker. Now, if it's not at the 40, I don't think this is a first down. They're going to miss it by the nose of the ball. Here comes the ball. Is it on the ground? Boy, Moulds gets his, from that angle, it looks like he gets his arm underneath it.
First down.
On this one.
He's wrong.
Must be that hometown cooking.
That's what it is. Yeah, you know, I appreciate that hometown cooking. How about you, Dick? Up here where Paul is. Paul, you know, I'm sorry I couldn't make it over for the
but I had you all over for dinner. It was great, huh?
Yeah, right.
You know what a spread that is when you not only have buffalo wings, but buffalo legs. He really went all out.
I went hooves and all on that deal.
First down for Kelly. Deflected and still caught as Andre Reed battling for the ball, and Terrell Buckley thought he might have stolen it.
Excellent job by Terrell Buckley of knowing the ball has been tipped, and he didn't care about Andre Reed anymore. He starts running into him. Tim Bowens gets the tip. And watch Terrell Buckley. He sees the ball tipped. Just grab the receiver. Don't let him catch it.
You can do that. You can go through the receiver when the ball is tipped. There's no pass interference.
Ruled a catch. No gain. Kelly down the middle. Goes for it all to Reed. Too long. Lewis Oliver covering.
Boy, he got hammered again. Jim Kelly. I admire you standing in there, James, but I'm going to tell you something. Watch this. A little play action, and when he lets go of the ball, there's Trace Armstrong. Bam, he gets hit, and every one of those takes its toll.
I don't think Miami fans have seen Armstrong play any better than he has today.
Well, I do not know the reason why. He's motivated. We thought he was going to lose his starting job to Shane Burton and Daryl Gardner, this new crew of defensive linemen, but Trace Armstrong is making a statement to Jimmy Johnson today.
Third down. And now Kelly, that's a half-dozen sacks. Armstrong again. He has 3.5 sacks today.
I'll tell you what is impressive about what happened here is the defensive line of the Miami Dolphins took the entire offensive line of the Buffalo Bills and put them back in Jim Kelly's face. Watch Trace Armstrong. There's Parker and Zofsky right there. Boom. He goes, splits a double team block and makes the tackle.
Trace Armstrong had only 4.5 sacks all last year, 3.5 today. Moore sends a dying spiral that O.J. McDuffie lets bounce. Irvin can't save it. Ken Irvin trying to bat it back in the field of play. It'll be a touchback to Miami. The Dolphins still lead 14-7.
Perfect for any game, Domino's has the perfect play. Choose from 3 delicious crusts. There's classic hand-tossed, crunchy thin crust, or go deep with thick ultimate deep dish. So make the call and have it all. Call now, and you can enjoy a delicious Domino's pizza during the game. And why not add some of Domino's spicy buffalo wings or steaming hot breadsticks?
The Chevy S10 Sports Side. The coolest thing to come on the back of a truck since the Nutty Buddy. Chevy S10 Sports Side, like a rock.
Hey, plumber boy, mustache man, your worst nightmare has arrived. Pack up your stuff. I got a little surprise for you here. Check it out. What do you think about that? You got real time, 3D, lush organic environments. How's that make you feel, buddy? Feel a little like your days are numbered?
I'm going to have to ask you to leave.
You're hurting my elbow.
Is that Italian?
No, Bandicoot. It's an Australian name.
The NFL on NBC is brought to you by Domino's. Call now for a delicious pizza during the game. For Hot and Wow, call Domino's now.
Reminder tonight on NBC, Dateline at 7, 6 Central, then an all-new Third Rock, return of Seinfeld's Wayne Knight, plus an all-new Boston Common, and the world premiere thriller, Night Visitors. It's a great night. All new shows, NBC tonight.
I watched Third Rock last week, and now my favorite color is clear.
First down, Abdul-Jabbar out to the 24-yard line. Your favorite color is clear, right?
You know, when we saw that promo last week about Third Rock, I thought it was one of the funniest lines I've ever seen or ever heard.
Tough to keep your vision clear when you're under an attack. Jim Kelly sacked 6 times, and Trace Armstrong, perhaps the message sent out by Jimmy Johnson to the veterans that no one is secure here. You better play hard and play often. Armstrong got the message.
Wanting the veteran to stand up and take over, step up, and Trace Armstrong has definitely stepped up today.
2nd and 6 for Erickson. Pump fake. And it's too long to Randall Hill.
That would have been on target. Kurt Schultz would have had the interception because the safety was not fooled at all on the pump fake. He was over with the double coverage helping Jeff Burris. Trace Armstrong, if they win the ball game, he will be Defensive Player of the Week.
3rd down and 6 at the 24-yard line. Little nail-biting time for Kelly and the Bills. Plenty of time. 10.5 minutes left in the 4th.
Bruce trying to get the crowd into it.
Jordan and McDuffie to the left. Hill to the right. Here they come. Erickson dumps it off to Abdul-Jabbar, close to a first down. Tackled right at the 30 by Marlo Perry. It is a first down Miami. Just enough.
Buffalo comes on the blitz. Watch the blitzers come inside. Excellent job by the offensive line picking it up. Jabbar sneaks out. Craig Erickson really being smart, throws a short, safe pass, lets the runner pick up the first down.
I mean, I'm laughing at Philly says Buffalo comes on a blitz. No kidding. 100% of the time.
Give it off to Abdul-Jabbar, finds a little more room to run and picks up over 5 as he crosses the 35 before Chris Spielman makes yet another tackle.
Paul, in my unofficial count, in passing downs, that's 10 blitzes the Buffalo Bills have done today against the Miami offense.
And they don't care. They're going to let you know that we're coming with 5 or 6, and we're going to play man-and-man on a corner. And we have corners that we believe in, and now you beat us. But you got to block us first. I'm sorry, Jay.
That's all right. Irving spikes in for Abdul-Jabbar. And that spikes, and a flag goes down. Late whistle. It could have been a false start. Miami.
False start. Number 76 on you. Moving prior to the snap. It's a 5-yard penalty. Still second down.
That's a right tackle, James Brown, and he did move. There's just no question about it. He just, when he's sitting there, you can't move your arm. I mean, the noise is really heavy here, and you'll see it right there on the right of your, on the left of your screen. Take a look. Watch his arms move. See that arm move up? As soon as he does that, it's over.
5-yard penalty negates Abdul-Jabbar's first down run. 2nd and 9.5. Erickson play action and drills it to the new tight end Troy Drayton. His 3rd catch of the game gives Miami a first down just shy of the 45. Mark Maddox the tackle.
Can you believe him when Drayton came in yesterday? We asked him from Penn State. Now you got to think about this, folks. He runs a 4.5 40. Okay, and when he was at Penn State, look at this catch. He was a wide receiver at 225 pounds, running a 4.5. You think that wouldn't have been scary?
He wore 18, and he said, I never was injured wearing 18, so he wears the necklace even when he plays. Abdul-Jabbar, who carried for the 21st time today, and now we go to New York for an update.
All right, Dick, who's thrown for more yardage than anybody in the NFL this year? Mark Brunell of Jacksonville. He's back at it again. This one to Willie Jackson. By the time all is said and done, a 41-yard touchdown to break a 14-14 tie. Jacksonville grabs the lead on the winless Jets, 21-14 late in the 3rd. Dick?
I could complete that pass. I didn't see a green shirt.
No, wait, hold it. No, you couldn't.
Yes, I could have.
I don't care.
I'm telling you, I could have.
Meanwhile, it's Miami near midfield. 4th quarter, 7:59 left. Abdul-Jabbar, that's 22 carries for Jabbar. He has gained 32 yards. That is a tough day running, but it lives up to what Jimmy said.
That's patience. Stay with what you believe in. The game, he's dictated it. They haven't fallen behind. keep running it up in there. Sooner or later, something good's going to happen.
First 3 games for Edmonton are 5 touchdowns and a 4.3 average, and that average is going to be down from 2.5 after today.
You know, most every coach we've talked to so far this year, Dick, they've always said, we have to be patient if we want to win a football game. You can't get away from what you can do the best. Now, they've not been able to run the ball that well today, but they still have to be patient.
That's the third timeout Craig Erickson has taken today because he just didn't have time to communicate the play call. They have just one left.
Just up from 40 Deuce and Dream Street, there's a joint that jumps with solid swinging and hep-cat scat. Where the Heidi-Ho Man and the Godfather of Soul hit the high notes with every cool in the pool. It's a house on fire called the Cotton Club, where every night the vibe is hot and live gigs aren't the only things that cook, because the club chases up some of the best chaff in town. So if you're hip to the scene, grab some threads and bring your Visa card, because the club jives and jukes it a shape, but never with American Express. Visa, it's everywhere you want to be.
Boston Market, the place that made hot hand-carved Boston Carver sandwiches famous, proudly announces the new $4 chicken carver combo. A chicken carver, side, and regular soft drink for $4. Hurry in for a chicken carver piled high with real cheese on a bakery roll, plus a freshly prepared individual side and a regular soft drink for just $4. The $4 chicken carver combo, only at Boston Market.
Hurry in now. Offer ends October 20th.
Monte Carlo has won more NASCAR Winston Cup races than any other car. Camaro has won more Trans Am races than any other car. In fact, over the last 40 years, Chevrolet has won more races than any other car company, period. Genuine Chevrolet. The cars more champions trust.
Next Sunday at noon Eastern on the NFL on NBC, an action-packed doubleheader. First, Jimmy Johnson leads the Dolphins against the Philadelphia Eagles. Then Jerry Rice and the 49ers host Jeff Blake and the Bengals. Or John Elway and the Broncos face the Baltimore Ravens. Or regional action, the NFL on NBC next Sunday.
The standings in the AFC East starting today. Buffalo with its win over Indianapolis with the edge on the Colts. Miami, do they go home 3-3, or do they move right back into the thick of things here in the East? Leading 14-7, a critical 3rd and 7. Good protection. And the throw, is it a catch? No. Trap is the call. O.J. McDuffie. Bruce Smith leveled Erickson as he delivered the ball.
They did run a double team on Bruce Smith on the outside. Now, he does get through it and hit Erickson after he throws the football. And here it comes down. Is that trap?
Yes.
Watch this. You'll see Webb, then he'll push him out. Pritchard, and then back in, and Webb is there, and then he throws Webb away. But Erickson is moving towards Bruce Smith.
John Kidd to punt, so Buffalo will get the ball with the win. Beautiful kick. Too good. Now Jim Kelly and the Bills will start from the 20-yard line with 7 minutes, 3 seconds remaining. Fourth quarter.
Like a rock, I was strong as I could be. Like a rock, nothing ever got to me.
The most satisfied full-size pickup owners are Chevy CK owners. How do you know?
Like a rock,
You can see it in their eyes.
like a rock.
Good morning. This is your wake-up call. And this is the new Norelco Reflex Action Razor. Anything closer could be too close for comfort. A blade can leave you feeling irritated. What would possess it to do that? Introducing the Norelco Reflex Action Razor. A great shave with less irritation than blades.
Billy Medved has never missed a summer vacation at his cousin's. With roadside assistance from Liberty Mutual, he always makes it.
Oh, Billy!
Fortunately, with roadside assistance, he's guaranteed he can leave. If you have car trouble, we'll send help. Anywhere, fast. Safer, more secure lives. That's the freedom of liberty. Liberty Mutual.
Dateline Sunday. Those high-priced microbrews. Americans are spending billions on them. But before you take your next sip, there's something you should know. Dateline, your new choice on Sunday.
The Yankees, the Orioles, their battle for the pennant continues. Game 5 of the American League Championship Series. Coming up next on NBC.
Scott Erickson for Baltimore. Andy Pettitte for the Yankees. Game 5 to follow. 14-7 here, Miami. They've led throughout. 7-0 at halftime. Build it to 14-0. Jim Kelly with a drive of 73 yards late in the third. Thurman Thomas, 19-yard run for the score. And now Kelly and Buffalo start from the 20. 7 minutes left in the fourth. Play action does not fool the Dolphins. Daniel Stubbs. He came through untouched. 7 sacks of Kelly. That matches the 7 logged by the Giants in the game opener, or in the season opener.
You want to see a guy that goes directly to the quarterback. Watch Stubbs. There's a tight end, Lonnie Johnson. Parker misses him coming back, and Stubbs just, I mean, it was almost untouched to the quarterback. That is kind of scary.
10-yard loss. That's 56 yards lost by Kelly and Buffalo on the 7 sacks. Second and 20. Play a draw to Thurman, who skids forward across the 15. Dwight Hollier got a hand on him.
You know, I said to you, Phil, a little while ago in the second half, you know, why aren't the Miami Dolphins blitzing? Why should they?
They don't need to. You're right, Paul. This front four, they've been rotating those defensive linemen. They something Jimmy Johnson has always believed in as a coach since he's been in the pros, and they're coming in fresh and constantly putting pressure on the quarterback.
Saw defensive coordinator George Hill upstairs. 3rd and 14.
Outstanding pass.
The Miami Dolphins come with a blitz on 3rd and 14, and they get burned by it. What it does when you blitz, it puts man coverage down the field, opens up the middle. Andre Reed, Jim Kelly finds him. Easy first down.
Tim Bowens, the tackler, pulled off the line of scrimmage into coverage, but Reed has his 7th catch today to lead all receivers. Again, play action Kelly down the middle. Intercepted by Miami. Picked off. Taken away from Quinn early by Calvin Jackson. His first of the season.
Jim Kelly throws that ball that time. There must be 5, no exaggeration, 5 defenders around the football. Watch when it comes down the field. Inside 1, 2. Well, there's just 3, right? That's enough. But 2 guys, the linebackers are right underneath. You cannot force the ball into tight zone coverages.
Paul, when you have quarterback guys, anything over 2 is fine.
Yeah, that's right.
No, they have 11 guys out there in white. He just only saw the other 5.
You know, that hurt.
Miami starts from the 48. Abdul-Jabbar. And he has been the workhorse. He's carried often, not for very far, but he's maintained possession. 23 lugs of the ball, 34 yards.
1 first down right here. If they can make a first down without stopping the clock with an incompletion or whatever, it's going to take this game down to 2 minutes. And then you're really in trouble if you're the Buffalo Bills.
Well, the Buffalo Bills only have 2 timeouts left. And Miami, in their situation, really don't care at this point because they only have 1 timeout.
Second down, a short 8. Erickson's going to throw. That's a surprise. Incomplete. So that's a favor to Buffalo as O.J. McDuffie unable to pull it in. Gabe Northern pressuring Erickson. Stop the clock. 4:34.
That's a game breaker. That's the difference in the game. Miami takes a chance, fools Buffalo by throwing it instead of running it. O.J. McDuffie is wide open. He's the primary receiver of the play. You've got to complete that ball.
Oh, Gabe Northern, you're right, Dick. He made the play. He hits Erickson and throws the pattern out of whack, and he's the guy that saves the first down and maybe the end of the ball game.
Rookie Northern from LSU, number 99, made the play.
Bruce, you still get the sack. It's a wonderful play again. Using his speed, comes inside. What a play. Grabs the quarterback by the jersey.
Richmond Webb had him around the waist, but I'll tell you right now, if I'm the Miami Dolphins, just let the clock run down. Go ahead and take the penalty. It isn't going to hurt you. Let it go.
Still 10 seconds left.
John Kidd's punt. Copeland lets it go. Is it going to be covered? Yes! Sean Hill on the 1-yard line. Hill from Montana State positioned himself perfectly. A 48-yard punt, and Buffalo is 99 yards away from a tie. Oh, my. Tonight on Dateline, those high-priced microbrews. Americans are spending billions on them, but are these handcrafted ales as special as they're brewed up to be? Before your next sip, there's something you should know. Watch Dateline Sunday later tonight on NBC.
Time down, Dick. He timed down. He's
I'll tell you, that was not a Bud.
It wasn't a Bud?
None of that stuff looked like Bud.
Oh.
Man who knows his sons.
You got to know you're calling in life.
From the 1-yard line, Kelly has 3:57 from his own end zone. Complete. Andre Reed, who else when you need that clutch catch? Calvin Jackson on the coverage.
I'm going to just go back to the punt. I can't believe that Miami at the 50-yard line did not let that other 10 seconds run off the clock.
Andre Reed running the hardest pattern for a quarterback to complete. The 10-yard out, coming from the end zone. That's a tough throw by Jim Kelly.
Stops the clock out of bounds. 50 underneath to Reed again. Across the 15-yard line, Dwight Hollier wraps him up, and Reed having his best day of the season. 9 catches today. He leads Buffalo coming in with 19, so his total on the year and up to 28.
Comes out, his shoulder pads unhooked. That's all. They just tighten it back up again.
Clock running to the sidelines and broken up. Russell Copeland the target, and Terrell Buckley timed his tackle to jarred free.
I'm going to tell you one thing. Terrell Buckley on that play, if that ball is a half second later, he's got touchdown. Watch the move, Terrell Buckley. He sees the quick pass. He's reading the quarterback, and man, is he right there. That's an outstanding play.
Clock stopped with 3:28 left. 3rd and 6. Buffalo has 2 timeouts left. Underneath, complete, but short of the first down as Sean Hill rocks Russell Copeland.
He rocks Russell Copeland, and then Terrell Buckley almost rocked Sean Hill.
So going to punt. 4th down, and the Bills hurry their punting team on. 4th down and 3. O.J. McDuffie drifts back to the 35. Beautiful kick. That one's going to go all the way to the end zone. An 80-yard punt by Chris Moore. 60 net. Let's go to New York and Greg.
All right, Dick, in Pittsburgh, the Steelers have just been all over the Bengals. Jeff Blake back to throw, hit by Levon Kirkland. Ball picked up by Rod Woodson. He'll take it 41 yards for the touchdown. The Steelers now with the lead over the Bengals, 20-3, 3.5 to play in the 4th. Dick.
Rod Woodson. The great ones always seem to be right there, the right spot. Another touchdown defensively.
You know, I'll tell you something. It's just a punt. Chris Moore hits a great punt, but the other thing was O.J. McDuffie not fielding the punt. Let it go. There's no reason to make a mistake down there. Let the ball go in the end zone. It doesn't make any difference.
2:46 left. 2 timeouts left for Buffalo, plus the 2-minute timeout. And they spend one right here, so 1 left. They want to give Kelly one final chance. Now the Miami Dolphins, who were +8 on the turnover table coming in, and they've come up with 3 today, 2 interceptions and a fumble recovery. Here's the first. Zach Thomas on the first throw of the day by Jim Kelly, the rookie's first career interception. But a 33-yard net knee field goal blown by the wind wide right. Then Kelly stripped by Tim Bowens. Eventually, Miami tried on 4th down a fake on the field goal, but John Kidd tripped up. And another
Calvin Jackson interception to stop a drive here in the second half. By the way, Moore's punt of 80 yards is a new Buffalo mark. Marv Bateman, 78 yards. Paul McGuire, 78 yards. Paul, you just been erased. On second down, Bill Hansen makes the play on Abdul-Jabbar.
78 yards. It must have been a hurricane behind you. Tell us.
You know, I was actually kicking that ball that day into the wind.
Were you?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
And it stopped.
It stopped.
At War Memorial Stadium, was it?
Yes, it was. Rock pile.
So there's the last timeout by Marv Levy's Bills. And no timeouts remaining. They're trying to stop Miami, get one last chance. Well, looking ahead next Sunday, NBC Sports, an exciting doubleheader, special time 12 noon with the NFL on NBC. Most of you will see Ricky Waters and the Eagles host these Miami Dolphins. Others, Drew Bledsoe and the Patriots square off against Jim Harbaugh and the Colts. And in the second half of our doubleheader, we'll be out in San Francisco as the 49ers host the Bengals. Broncos battle the Ravens. Others will see Jets and Bills or regional action. Check your local listings. Doubleheader next week. NFL on NBC at 12 noon Eastern.
Now, let me ask real quick. Do you throw the ball here and try to get the first down, or start the clock on a running play and run it down to 2 minutes?
I run it, Paul. I'm chicken. I don't want to take the chance of something going wrong and giving Buffalo more time.
There's nobody in the backfield. They're throwing.
Erickson picked up by Ted Washington. And now the third timeout. Apparently, an earlier Buffalo timeout, as we had called it, was charged by the officials to themselves. So that now will become the last Buffalo timeout, plus the 2-minute warning. On 4th down and 7, no sack on the play. Erickson gained a yard.
And you know what's going to happen? The Buffalo Bills are going to be able to run a play before the 2-minute warning. There's 27 seconds on the clock. No matter what they do with the ball, and when the ball is punted, and a change of possession, the clock stops. So they'll have time to throw or run at least one play, possibly two.
Dallas has already won. Michael Irvin's return. Washington winning. Redskins, one of the surprise teams of this 96 year.
Redskins kind of doing it the Jimmy Johnson way, trying to run the football and getting his defense going. North Turner, of course, used to coach with Jimmy Johnson in Dallas.
John Kidd, a low kick. Big bounce. Russell Copeland, 40, 45 to the 48-yard line. Change of possession with 2:17 left in the fourth. Izzo, another tackle.
Well, now time is really not a factor for the Buffalo Bills offense. 2:17, 2-minute warning. They only have to go 52 yards.
But they have to score a touchdown. The thing about it is, if they're throwing and they complete it, you still try to, this is one that you take down the middle of the field.
Kelly sends his rookie Molds to the right. Reed is slotted left, early far left. Going to the sidelines, and Molds gets out of bounds. Terrell Butler, defender, a gain of 5 or 6.
There's one play before the 2-minute warning. They could get 2 or 3.
Kelly, no huddle. At the Buffalo 46.
Miami needs somebody on defense to make one more play. A sack, defend the pass.
Kelly completes it early. He dives down, first down at the 33-yard line. And that'll take us to the 2-minute warning. 13 yards on the play. The drama continues here in Buffalo with Miami leading 14-7. Hold on, a flag down on the play.
They might have Thurman Thomas in motion. Thurman Thomas went in motion, but was he facing the line of scrimmage when he did? Because he is the one that was complaining.
Buffalo did not have enough men on the line of scrimmage. That's a 5-yard penalty. Still second down.
Yeah, I was kind of worried about Thurman because he was the guy that was talking to the official, and that you got to have 7 men on the line of scrimmage.
You need 7 people on the line of scrimmage. 5, 6 up top. One of these receivers must be on the line of scrimmage. They are not. That is an illegal formation.
Boy, that's a tough mistake to make. So with 2:04 left in this fourth quarter, 2nd and 9 for Kelly.
Goes deep to Reed. Complete.
AT&T presents A World Without Limits. How many times can one team drop the opposing quarterback in one game? Stay tuned.
Here come the discount long-distance sales reps again. They'd like some more of your precious time. Because if you've got a minute, they've got an offer. A big international savings over AT&T. Just one catch. That offer of big savings may show up at your door, but it won't show up on your bill. Has a discount long-distance rep offered you big international savings? Call us for the facts.
In a 1985 contest, the Dallas Cowboys defense set the standard for quarterback harassment. They overwhelmed Houston's pocket, drilling the Oilers for a record-tying 12 sacks, and proved that there was no barrier strong enough to stop their swarming pass rush.
Everyone is going somewhere. If you're going by car, see us first.
McDonald's introduces the Crispy Chicken Deluxe. Fresh toppings and a whole breast filet from a more sophisticated kind of chicken. It's McDonald's with a grown-up taste.
Profiler sees inside a criminal's mind.
He's kneeling, palms up.
Victims left with bizarre markings.
They're next these.
Finding the killer is one thing.
These guys think they got Jack the Ripper on their hands.
Stopping him is another story.
He's gonna drown.
Profiler in all-new episode 10, 9 Central, NBC, Saturday.
How did Andre Reed get so wide open? Terrell Buckley looking into the backfield. Wait for Jim Kelly to throw it short. It gets over the top of him, but Sean Wooden, where are you? Too late getting over the top to help Terrell Buckley out. That creates the big play.
Sean Wooden replacing Gene Atkins, cut on Monday after Atkins was burned a couple of times in the loss to Seattle Sunday. They mark it at the 2-yard line. First and goal. Take by Kelly. He has to throw it away. No receiver there, and there's a foul against Miami. A late hit on Kelly. Tim Bowens. So that'll make it first and goal at the 1. Officially, 49 yards in the pass, Kelly to Andre Reed to give Reed 10 catches, 134 yards.
Wait a minute, Dick. This is intentional grounding by Jim Kelly. He throws the ball where there's no one at. You've got to throw it if you're moving out of the pocket. You can't throw the ball away in the end.
He was inside the tackle box, and that is a tough call by the referee, but he is correct.
It's intentional grounding against Jim Kelly. You cannot throw the ball away inside the tackle.
That's right. He is inside the tackle box.
Intentional grounding. Number 12, the quarterback was still in the pocket. Also loss of down.
10-yard penalty plus loss of down.
Look where Jim Kelly is. Here's the tackle box. He is definitely inside. Watch where he throws it. Nobody close. Those down the back end zone. Good call.
Heads up call. Second and goal. No timeouts for the Bills. Kelly throws it away again. Lonnie Johnson was in the area, so no penalty here. So it's third and goal. Pressure from Daryl Gardner, the rookie top pick of Miami.
Boy, I mean, they're at the 2-yard line. You run a play-action pass, and I'll tell you, you've got to give the officials credit. Bernie Kokart was the guy that makes the call on this play, and
you're right, Paul.
A heads-up call.
That, but also Miami's defense, first and goal at the 2. They're playing the pass. That's really pretty impressive.
That's perhaps respect for Miami's defense against the rush. Kelly trips, but gets it off to Thurman Munson. Munson for only 2 yards.
How about Thurman Thomas?
Thurman Munson.
He's got baseball in his mind. That's all right.
All right, no more Yankee promos.
You know what?
You're done.
No, I tell you what, Chris Spielman was telling us just that was his favorite player.
That's right.
I was in there. Thurman Thomas tripped up at the 10.
All right, here's Thurman Thomas Munson, and what a great play Jim Kelly makes just to get him the ball. Now, fourth down, no first down. This is touchdown. This is it.
10 yards to tie. They come out with 3 wide. Lonnie Johnson, the tight end, is on the right. Do or die for Kelly. He throws. Almost is intercepted by Buckley. And Terrell Buckley trying to go 100 the other way. He did not step out of bounds. He can drum major it. Oh, my. What a turn of events.
Step up and make the play. veterans. And the veterans stepped up and made the plays for the Miami Dolphins every time it was a crucial game. Trace Armstrong with the rush. Terrell Buckley reads the play.
99 yards or 100. We're waiting for the official call. We'll have to see where they're probably waiting to see the replay, and we'll show it to you. The celebration for this young Miami team coming up here underdogs against a Buffalo team that has been incredibly impressive defensively.
Terrell Buckley is the leading interceptor in the league, isn't he? I think now with 5. But Terrell Buckley in Green Bay and Milwaukee, they just killed this guy.
Yes.
There are 2 guys I just want to say in Milwaukee, Bob and Brian. Terrell Buckley just went 100 yards for a touchdown.
Extra point by Nedney. And the Dolphins lead 21-7.
Wow.
Terrell Buckley been chastised for the last couple years, but this year for Jimmy Johnson, he has been outstanding. Read the drop by Jim Kelly. Now, in Jim Kelly's defense, he has to take the chance and throw it anyway. It's desperation. Terrell Buckley is all over it. And
Buckley's second career touchdown. Jimmy Johnson. Boy, there's a lot of young kid in Johnson. He can be mighty tough, but there's the other side of it that's so endearing to his players. And Marv Levy. The pain of this one is Jim Kelly has not had a good game.
No, he's not, and he just had. I agree with Phil. He had to throw it. He was about to get hammered, and Andre Reed has been his target most of the day. He tried to force it in. Terrell Buckley picked it up. You know the one thing about this Miami team, you know, we talked about so many things that happened to this team and how these players react to Jimmy Johnson. They say he's tough. He gets in your face. He gets in your mind when you do something wrong, but when you do something right, he tells you that. During the course of the week, I mean, it was so tough this week that Zach Thomas actually knocked out Kareem Abdul-Jabbar in practice. Now, that's hit in practice.
Yeah, well, you know, as a player, if you can deal with the truth, Paul, he's a great player. He's a great coach to play with because he's going to tell it like it is, and if you can take it, it'll make you a better player.
This is Eric Moulds, a rookie. And he's tackled at the 26. So Kelly was intercepted 4 times in his last game against Pittsburgh. 3 today, 7 interceptions. That one goes 91 yards officially. And in 1992, it was a career day for the Dolphins. Louis Oliver. Against the Bills, Oliver intercepts Kelly once, twice, 3 times. This one returned 103 yards for a touchdown here in Buffalo, tying the NFL's all-time record. Oliver sparked the Dolphins to a 37-10 win. Yeah, no one picking off 3, the hat trick, but the team with 3, plus a fumble recovery, plus sacking Kelly 7 times and harassing him. And it was the Buffalo pass rush that everyone was talking about coming in today. They give it to Holmes, but he stays in the field of play, and the clock will run 30 seconds left.
The reason he only got 91 yards and interception, he was bobbling the ball. Until he had control of the ball, it wasn't accounted for.
But Dick, again, just to go back to the beginning of the game, I think we all now, you believe this Dolphin team is going to be in the race all year long. And when Dan Marino comes back, they're just going to be strong.
Zach Thomas makes the tackle of Quinn Early. 21-7, 2 seconds, 1 second. The Miami Dolphins have come to Buffalo, where they've had their troubles winning, and Jimmy Johnson's young team